Today we are talking Cricut basics on the Creative Ramblings podcast. What a Cricut is, what it can and can't do, and I want to help you find the right machine for you. Welcome to the Creative Ramblings podcast. I'm Sarah. I'm your host. I have a lifetime of crafting experience to share with you. Specifically been a Cricut crafter for many years, and I'm looking forward to diving deep into the world of Cricut today, helping you understand what these machines can do and helping you decide on which one is right for you. Once we get done with this overview, talking about all things Cricut, know that I have a huge playlist of Cricut tutorials and explainer videos on all of their machines. So if you want to learn something a little more specific than what we're talking about here, that playlist is going to be linked in the description, so I encourage you to check it out. So we are going to dive into all things Cricut in just a moment. But first, I want to cover some craft deals. Normally, I would do this at the end of the show, but we are coming up on deal season. We've got Black Friday and Cyber Monday a little over a week away, and a lot of companies are starting their deals early. And I can tell you that these are the same deals that are going to be running through Black Friday. So I want to take a moment and go over those deals with you. So my first caveat is if you have never thought about buying a Cricut and this is your first introduction to it, you probably don't need to jump out and buy one right away. Really take your time and understand if this is the right purchase for you, understand what the regular price is and really what you need. Anytime you are diving into a big machine purchase, just do your research. But that being said, if you have done your research and you know that you're ready for a machine or you need to restock on materials, these are the deals that I want to share with you. Links to all of this is in the description, and if any of these have discount codes, those are going to be in the description as well. So today is November 20th. Let's talk about Cricut first. Their big deals are going to launch tomorrow, the 21st, and they will run through Black Friday and then through the end of the month. Right now, you can get 50% off all materials and accessories at Cricut, and that's not going to change. That's going to continue, and then there is going to be some pretty amazing machine and bundle deals starting tomorrow. So all those links are down below. If you just grab that Cricut link, you click on that, kind of browse around, see what you might be interested in, and then come back starting the 21st to look for those deals. I do share a weekly newsletter that's very craft focused. You can sign up for that in the description. This is going to go out tomorrow morning with more specific Cricut deals and every other Black Friday deal that's going on. But throughout the year, I share more than deals too. We talk about project ideas and new machines and different things that are craft related. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up down in the description. Okay, the next company that's having some really good deals right now is HTV-Ront. They make some amazing heat presses of all shapes and sizes that are really budget friendly. I like their products because they get the job done, but they're not, $1,000 machines. So you can get really good quality product at a great price. So they have Black Friday deals going on through today. They're called early Black Friday deals. And then tomorrow, the 21st, is their official Black Friday deals that are starting. So again, same with Cricut. Go follow that link, take a look, and then be ready for those starting on the 21st. Always look for machine bundles at HTV-Ront where you can buy the heat press machine and then you're going to get materials and accessories and all kinds of stuff to go with it at a great price. Next week, Friday, is Black Friday. I'm going to be doing a live featuring a whole bunch of HTV-Ront heat press machines, and I will have a giveaway for a heat press for our viewers. So if you want to tune in, that's going to be here on YouTube. Just make sure you're subscribed and you will get a notification for that. All right, next up is American Crafts. Now, American Crafts comprises the We Are Makers line. So think all the cool scrapbooking tools. I've recently been using their Works board, which is not only a paper trimmer and cutter and scorer, but you can make bows and envelopes and tags and stamp on it. You can do everything. They make the Crocodile and the cinch machine, all kinds of things. So right now they have an extra 20% off everything, including sale items. So I'm going to drop that code in the description. Go take a look. Great way to grab some tools that maybe you've been thinking about but haven't purchased yet. Creative Fabrica, one of my favorite places to get designs. You can use them with Cricut or any other die cutting machine. You can also use them with lasers. They have an annual membership for $47. When you get this membership, you have access to their entire library of designs and you get a commercial license. So if I find something I really like in there and then I make a physical product, I can sell it and I have full rights to sell it. I really like Creative Fabrica as a starting point, so I can use the design elements and then add my own customization. So $47 a year, and right now you are going to get a free pack of Caesar vinyl to go along with it. There's a couple different options, and they have giveaways running all month long, and I think through December too. So really good deals with Creative Fabrica right now. Christmas plug here, King of Christmas. I have their tree up right now. I have this beautiful pre-lit flocked tree. There are some really good deals right now. Like my tree is $150 off. They're running an extra $25 off the sale price plus free shipping, and they ship pretty quickly. So if you are ready for a tree, you want to get it set up before the holidays, take a look at King of Christmas. Really high quality. You are going to have these trees for a while. And let's touch on two laser deals right now, two of my favorite companies. Xtool started their Black Friday deal last week, I think, up to 60% off machines and stackable discounts. If you have been looking at an Xtool laser, maybe getting your first one or upgrading, this is a fantastic time to buy. This is guaranteed the lowest prices of the year for Xtool. If you don't know what laser to buy, episode 1 of this podcast was all about lasers, so go back and check that out. WeCreate is another laser manufacturer. They have some great Black Friday deals that have started, and they also introduced a 60-day price guarantee. So if you were to purchase now and then you see that it goes on sale later, you're going to be able to get that price adjustment. I really appreciate that from a company because it's hard to know if you're getting the best price. I have the Vista bundle. That's my newest laser from WeCreate. It's a 10-watt diode laser. And it flips so you can do tumblers in it. It's really cool. The bundle that I own is priced now at what it was priced when it launched. It's like $7.99 for the laser, the rotary, the air assist. It's pretty amazing. So both WeCreate and Xtool are doing some great deals right now. So remember, if you want to get more deals, sign up for that newsletter. There is a newsletter going out tomorrow. It'll highlight all of those again, and then some more as they come up. Let's get into our topic today. We are going to talk about Cricut. This is a beginner level discussion. I like to say no silly questions. I am basing a lot of my content in this show on YouTube and other video comments that I've gotten in the past. Some very common confusion that comes up from people who are just getting into Cricut. So no silly questions here. I'm going to try to break it down and make it really easy for you. If you are already a Cricut user, we're going to compare some of the machines that might help you, give you some information on how to upgrade and which direction you want to go if you're ready for a new one. I have been using Cricut for a number of years right now. They currently make 7 machines and I own 5 of those machines. 3 of them I use all the time. I consider myself an expert in Cricut just because I have so much experience with the machines. I've worked with the company directly for many years, and I've worked with a lot of their different materials and tools as well. So I have a lot of information to share with you to help you make a really good buying decision. So let's start super basic. What is a Cricut? A Cricut is a smart cutting machine. It is not the only one on the market, but it is the largest manufacturer and largest seller in the US of smart cutting machines. It helps you bring your designs and your artwork to life. You are able to design something on a computer and then send it over to your Cricut machine where it will cut your design out of a variety of materials. You can also create a design, send it over to your machine, and have it draw with a pen or a marker. The Cricut is not a printer. It cannot print anything. The closest we get to printing is taking a pen and drawing it on a piece of cardstock for a card or something like that, but it is not a printer. You can also score, so you can add those fold lines to maybe a card or an intricate piece of paper that you're crafting with. And you can foil. So if you've been to maybe a Hallmark store and you've pulled a beautiful card off the shelf and it has some metallic or foil decoration on it, Cricut can help you add foil to your own cards or your own ornaments or designs, whatever you're creating. There are some other brands of smart cutting machines that are out there. Silhouette is a big one. Caesar, Brother, Lockleek. These are all brands that make really good quality machines. Again, we're focusing on Cricut because that is what I know the most about, and it is what I am qualified to share with you. So who would benefit from owning a Cricut? And honestly, I think anybody could benefit from this. I have seen teenagers who like to have the smallest Cricut machine available just to do some cool little like personalization, all the way up to small business owners who are using this to make a profit. It all depends on what you want to make. So here's just a few things that you can make with a Cricut. The biggest function is to customize items. So you can cut out a decal, like maybe something that's on my shirt here, and you could cut it out from iron-on vinyl and then adhere it to a shirt. You could make a tote bag or a custom cup, a card, an ornament, all different types of items that you might want to personalize. You can make gifts. You could make decals for maybe a car window. You could make stickers. Stickers is one of those things that does require you to have a separate printer because, again, Cricut is not a printer. But if you have just a basic home inkjet printer, you can make that work with your Cricut to create all kinds of stickers. You can start a small business with a Cricut, helping if you are an artist or you have really cool graphic designs, you can bring them to life with your Cricut and sell physical products. This is a great machine to help you bring your designs to life. So let's talk about what materials that you can work with your Cricut. I said earlier that Cricut has 7 machines on the market. A lot of these materials are going to vary depending on what machine you get, but we're just going to do an overview right now. So there are literally hundreds of different kinds of materials you can work with. I think the most popular is probably adhesive vinyl. So vinyl goes into the machine, it gets cut, and then you can stick it on something permanently. So maybe a car decal or a wall sign or a mug that you're putting a decal on. You can also do iron-on vinyl or HTV. HTV stands for heat transfer vinyl. That might look something like my shirt here, where an item is cut out of vinyl and then it is stuck to something with the application of heat. The first kind of vinyl is just sticky. Feels like the back of a piece of duct tape or something like that. Iron-on vinyl is not sticky and it only adheres to a surface when you apply heat. You can also work with all different varieties of paper and cardstock. If you are a paper crafter and you've used a manual die cutting machine or scrapbooking tools before, the Cricut just is able to do things that those other machines cannot do, or it can do them a lot quicker. There are also a lot of niche materials. So with certain machines, you can work with fabric and felt to cut out sewing patterns. You can work with faux and real leather, all kinds of craft foam, all kinds of thicknesses of cardboard. You can work with acetate, those like clear sheets to create really cool like shaker cards or even ornaments. You can even work with thin wood, acrylic, and metal. And you can foil. We mentioned the foiling of the cards, which I think is a really fun way to just add some detail to your projects. So let's break down a little bit into the different machines that Cricut offers and help you figure out kind of what each family of machines does. I do have a video on almost every single one of these machines, again, if you want to go deeper. So the first family is the Joy family. This includes 2 machines, both the Joy and the Joy Extra. They are small, they're portable, they're super cute. They are great for quick customization. So you quickly want to add your child's name to their water bottle or their school supplies. You want to add a cute little decal to the corner of a shirt. Cards. I use my Joy and my Joy Extra to make cards all the time. These machines have no buttons. They are all Bluetooth connected to your computer or your phone, and they're just really easy to use. These machines can use a regular fine point blade and a pen, so you can cut and write and foil. The Joy is the most basic machine. The Joy Extra, it has it in the name, it's a little bit extra. It's just a tiny bit bigger, so it can accommodate a full letter size sheet of paper, and it has a print then cut function. So again, a Cricut is not a printer. However, you can design stickers in the Cricut software, send it to your home printer. So I have a Canon that is well under $100 that I use all the time. After the stickers are printed, I can then put that in my Cricut machine, and the software will help it cut out around the stickers that were just printed. So that's what print then cut means. But the Joy Extra can do that. The next series of machines is called the Explore. There is an Explore Air 2 and an Explore 3. My first ever Cricut was the Explore Air 2. These are a little bit larger, so they can accommodate materials up to 12 inches wide. And they could do a little bit more than the Joy machines. So not only are they bigger, but they have a couple other tools you can use. You can score with them in addition to cutting and writing and foiling. And they can both do the print then cut. So again, you can do stickers with these. Then we're going to move up to the Venture. This thing is huge. Like, it would fit on this table here. It is huge. It is really, really fast. So you can accommodate like a full-size piece of poster board in here, and it will cut and draw just incredibly fast. It is great for big, big projects. So I have done large poster board size cutouts. I have done big wall signs. You can also batch produce with this. So if you are a small business owner and you have an order for 100 of the same things, the Venture is going to help you make those really, really quickly. As far as the functions, it can do the same thing that the Explore machines can do. So it can cut with that fine point blade, it can draw, it can foil, and it can score. Just on a much larger scale. The Venture is a pretty incredible machine. And then we get into the Maker family. This includes the original Maker and the Maker 3. These are the top of the line Cricut machines. So if you see a project that was made by a Cricut, chances are the Maker can do it because it can do everything. It is very fast, it's heavy and sturdy, and it can work with over 300 different types of materials. With the Maker machines, you get a whole bunch of new tools. So you can now use a rotary blade. So just like a rotary fabric cutter, that works with your Cricut now to help cut out fabric. You have a knife blade that can actually cut thin basswood. You have an engraving tip where you can engrave acrylic, like a clear acrylic bookmark, or a thin aluminum blank. I've made cuff bracelets or little jewelry pendants. There is so much more you can do with the Maker. So those are kind of an overview of the different families of machines, and all 7 of their machines fit into those families. Once you have a machine, you're going to need some other materials and accessories to go with it. It's super important to take into account when you're purchasing your first machine or upgrading. Do you have what you need to actually use it? So you'll need materials. Something to cut like vinyl or paper or iron on, the materials we had talked about before. You will need cutting mats. So the way the Cricut works is the Maker, for instance, comes with 12 by 12 cutting mats that are sticky. They have a temporary adhesive on them. You take your material, you stick it to the mat, and you run it through the machine, and your design is going to be cut out. Then you take a tool called a weeding tool, and you're able to pull out all the negative pieces that you don't want to use, and you're left with this design. And if it's adhesive vinyl, you could go stick it to whatever you want to stick it to. So you're going to need some cutting mats. They come in a couple different grips. So you can get the really light one, the really strong one, depending on what materials you're using. You're going to need some tools. So I mentioned the weeding tool. I use my weeding tool for every Cricut project. There's also a scraper tool to help stick things together really well, and a few other tools that might come in handy. There's things like transfer tape. So if I make a really intricate decal that I want to put on a coffee mug, I can't just pull it off and stick it on the coffee mug. I want to transfer it all in one piece. So we use something called transfer tape to pull it from the backing and put it on the mug. You might also want to purchase some of the extra blades we talked about. So if you want to foil or score a card, you have to purchase those tools separately. Most machines come with a black pen to write with, but you can purchase the entire rainbow of colors separately. If you want to make a lot of shirts and use iron-on vinyl, you're going to need a heat press to then stick that design you made to the shirt. You can use a household iron, but you could also use a heat press. These come in all different sizes, from tiny little 3-inch heat presses to giant 15 by 15 presses. And then of course you'll need some blanks. So if you're making the shirts, you'll need the shirts and maybe the coffee mugs or whatever else you are making. Let's touch on software. I will tell you that using Cricut software is just really easy and really user-friendly. I think they do a great job of keeping it updated and just easy to use. So their software is called Cricut Design Space. It is completely free. When you go into it, you can use all of their shapes and all of their images and their fonts to create designs and then cut them or score them or foil them with your Cricut. You can also upload your own designs. So if you have your own artwork, just want to make sure it's in the right format, and then you can upload it to your machine. There is something called Cricut Access. When you're in Cricut Design Space, there are lots and lots of images and designs that you can use. Some of them you have to pay for. When you have Cricut Access, which is a monthly membership fee that you pay, you have access to everything that Cricut offers. So not only all of their images, but some of their projects, like pre-made projects that have all the steps laid out for you. And some of the other little functions, like they have a little sticker function that makes creating stickers a little easier. These are available with Access. A lot of times when you buy a machine or a bundle, you're going to get a free month trial to Access just to try it out and see if it's something that works for you. You can use Cricut Design Space on a computer. I prefer to use mine on my laptop, or you can use it on an app on your phone. The phone app has just a few less functions than the computer app. And personally, when I'm designing, I want a larger screen so I can see all the intricate details of my design. All of the Cricut machines are Bluetooth capable. Some of them you can plug in with a USB cord right to your computer, but they're all Bluetooth capable. So you can kind of work from wherever you are designing. You can also work in the software and design things without being connected to your machine. So we talked about all of the different machines. I hope you gave you a good overview of kind of what a Cricut can do, what it can't do. It can't print. Please remember that Cricuts cannot print. I get that question all the time. We talked about the software a little bit. We talked about kind of what you need to get to using a Cricut. So now I want to spend some time talking about price and budget, because this is, if not the number one question that we have when we're purchasing something new like this, is how much is this going to cost me? The least expensive Cricut, regular price, no deals, is $179. That's for the Joy. The most expensive is $9.99. That's for the Venture. Most of the time there's sales, but I want to give you an idea of what regular price is. When you purchase a machine, you're also going to need some materials. So just for reference, a roll of iron-on vinyl that is 12 inches wide by 24 inches long is regularly priced at $13.99. So that roll could make you about 3 of these shirts that I'm wearing. Right now, materials are 50% off, so it's a great time to stock up on materials. You can also buy materials from other companies. You do not have to use Cricut materials. I love Tech Wrap adhesive vinyl. I like HTV Ront for their iron-on vinyl. Cricut adhesive vinyl is probably my favorite. I really like that just for everyday projects. but there are other places you can go to check out materials. But it's a factor you need to keep in mind that you do have to buy them. One thing you should always look for when you want to get the most bang for your buck is bundles. So understand what you want to make first. So if I know that I am purchasing a Cricut because I only want to make stickers, or I really want to make family shirts for when we get together for reunions or when we go out for a girls' night. If you know what you want to make, you can look for a bundle that fits your needs. So right now there is a bundle on Cricut's website. It includes the Maker 3. It's called the Everything Bundle. And last week, this Everything Bundle, so the machine and everything that I'm going to tell you here, was under $400. You get the machine, you get a month access to Cricut Access, you get 3 cutting mats, an entire group of tools, including a 12x12 paper cutter. You get 6 rolls of permanent vinyl, removable vinyl, 3 rolls of iron-on vinyl, plus transfer tape, plus some glitter neon pens. This is a huge bundle of materials with the machine. Now what Cricut will do is they'll also offer like an iron-on bundle. So if you know, again, you want to make shirts, maybe opt for the iron-on vinyl. The Joy Extra has a sticker vinyl, or a sticker bundle that gives you all kinds of sticker paper that goes with your machine. Buying a bundle will always save you money versus trying to buy all those pieces individually. So really do your research and understand what you want to make and what you're going to need to get started, and then go ahead and compare those bundles. You can shop Cricut's website, which is where the link in the description is going to take you, but Cricut is sold a lot of places. So they are sold on Amazon. If you have Prime shipping, it's going to get to you really quickly. They are sold at most big retailers like Walmart, Target, Meijer, Joann, Michaels, all those places. So wherever you shop, you can get a Cricut. Typically, if you're going to shop at a craft store like Michaels or Joann, you cannot use their coupons toward the machines. Those are not going to be part of it, but sometimes you'll find in-store deals and sales on the product. Target, if you have their red card, you can get that extra 5% off if you buy your Cricut there. So really do some comparison, look at Amazon's deals, look at Cricut's deals, look at Joann's deals, and see where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. Okay, so what I wanted to communicate to you today was a really basic overview of what a Cricut is, what it can and can't do, and help you kind of move forward in your buying decision or your upgrading decision if you're ready to upgrade to a new machine. My biggest tips for you are to know what machine you want and kind of what it can and can't do. So yes, the Joy is the least expensive machine, but it's kind of limited in what it can do. So just fully understand that before you make that purchase decision. Really focus on a bundle if you can. You're going to get the best deal out there if you get a bundle. And just know what that regular price is. So when you see a sale, you kind of understand, is this actually a good sale or not? I have a full Cricut playlist with a ton of videos. So not only machine reviews, but I go in depth on materials. I have specific project videos. So just take a look at that playlist. It's going to help guide you in the right direction. And as always, drop a comment if you have any other questions. The Creative Ramblings podcast is live every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Central Time. Subscribe and you will be notified when those go live. If you missed an episode, you can always pop back in the playlist to see more. The newsletter sign up is down in the description. If you want to get that weekly craft newsletter, I'd love to have you as part of that community. We've also got some great merch down there if you too would rather be crafting than doing anything else. And finally, I am always looking for guests to have on the Creative Ramblings podcast. If you are a crafter, a small business owner, if you are someone who has niche craft information and you would love to talk with me here on the show and share it with my audience, I would love to have you. Please fill out that form down in the description and we will chat. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next week.